All right, hello everyone, and again, peace of Christ, all of you. Please invite your friends, and we are back live on air. Now we lost almost 800, 900 people. I hope they will come back. Look like people do not know what we said. We said just refresh your page and you will find our new podcast, but they are gone. They will be back soon. So, today our topic, as you see, why Muslims are proud. I saw a video made by Shabir Ali channel, interview with Muslims, and the Muslims in their interview speaking about why they are so proud. Proud. Okay. I'm really unable to understand how even they make such an interview. What make you proud to be a Muslim? I'm not going to play the video so they don't claim copyright. But there's tons of articles about why I am proud to be a Muslim. Thousands of articles. But here I found this website have like a quotation thing. I am proud to be a Muslim because Islam is a pure religion, because it shows us how to live an excellent life and go paradise in the hereafter. It teach me manners, like how to behave with my elders. I don't know, you made me cry. As I know your prophet, he killed a man, his name is Abu Rafa, by sending one of his young men to assassinate such an old man in his 100-year-old. A woman, her name is Qirfa. The prophet, he split her to pieces by tying her legs between two camels. She was over 86 years old. So obviously Islam teach you a good manner and how to behave with the elders. I think it's a good manner to go after your daughter-in-law when the husband is not there and you flirt with her. I think too it's a good manner that Islam teaching you to beat your wife and to beat your daughter. It's a good manner that Islam teaching you that you can lie to three, to your wife, to your husband. This is one case. To your friends, second case, and to your enemy. I don't know who's left. Who's left? Who is really left? So when the Muslim, they say, I am proud to be a Muslim. Another quotation. I am proud to be Muslim because Allah, S-A-W-T, I think this is mean Andrew T, said I should. He described us as best of Ummah, which means people or nation. In ayat 110 of Surah Al Imran, Allah honored us so high above the rest of mankind. Islam is a fascist religion. They think they are above mankind. In fact, this verse here, you see, when Allah, he said, which means Muhammad, he said that you are the best of mankind. The Muslims, they have a duty to do, is to go and bring the black people with the chain around their neck or non-Muslims. If you don't believe me, this is the hadith. This is exactly what this Muhammadan is quoting. By the way, my Skype is open. Oh, let me see. It's not open yet. Hold on. I thought I did open it. Give me a second. If you are a Muslim, feel free please to call us. We will be happy to have you here. All right, I'm logging in Skype. And we are almost there. This Muslim was quoting this. Muhammad, he said, you are the best of people ever, which means the best of mankind, as he said, ever raised up for the benefit of mankind. You know, when somebody see the word benefit, you say, man, this is maybe about making medicine for people, maybe about helping others, you know. Benefit, it says benefit. Chapter 3, verse 110. This is a fascist religion teaching you the following. The best of mankind are those who bring, Muhammad said, who bring them, bring who? The non-Muslims, with chains around their necks till they embrace Islam. And this is how we save you from going to hell, brother. I mean, it did not take us 2 minutes to show how stupid what they are proud about. Did not take us 2 minutes. This is what you are proud about? And you know, they go and they make speeches about Islam is peace. And this is Sahih? This is Al-Bukhari. This is Al-Bukhari, as you see. This is the most authentic book for the Muhammadan. I cannot say the Muhammadan no more. I should say the Tatayan, the Tati, the follower of Andrew Tati. Because he is your savior now. Face it. Who is a Muhammadan would like to call us and tell us why he is so proud to be a Muslim? Anyone? All what I see in those websites is a joke. Is it really what makes you proud? That your prophet, he told you that you are the best of mankind? Fascist? Nazi? Do you really think you are the best of mankind? In which way? Huh? In which way you are the best of mankind? And if you are the best of mankind, why all of you want to leave your countries and come to the land of the kuffar? Why somebody living between the best of mankind want to go and live with the worst of mankind? The Quran called them animals, cattle. Me, myself, I will consider myself lucky if I am living in Bangladesh, because I will never pay for the train, and the train will be fun. Or Pakistan. Children kidnapping, children rape. You know, you force your daughters at the age of 3 to wear hijab. What is that telling you? Telling you trust nobody on your kids. When somebody force a child to wear the hijab, that's mean that you live in a very evil society, to the point they are going after children. But why not? If the best man for you Muslims is Muhammad, who had sex with a child, of not children's. Do we have any Muslim he is proud to be a Muslim? Until now, I'm receiving no text from any Muslim in Skype. Nobody is proud to be a Muslim. Let's see another person. I am proud to be a Muslim because Allah, we are from among the very few that aware that Allah is our Lord. And we worship him alone. No, you don't worship him alone. You Muslim worship Muhammad. In fact, you don't worship Allah alone. And you don't even worship Allah. You worship only Muhammad. Who want to prove me wrong? Who is willing to prove me wrong? Any Muslim is willing to prove me wrong that you Muslim don't worship Muhammad, you worship Allah? If Muhammad says something and Allah says something, which one the Muslim they follow? They follow Muhammad. And we can show you endless example. Endless example. Who is a Muslim would like to call us a Muhammadan? Anyone? Please don't call me, you know, after, like, don't drink whiskey and call me, because when you are awake you cannot answer. So imagine after drinking whiskey like Prophet, peace be upon him, God of Islam, Titi. Any Muhammadan? You know, a Muslim in a, if you remember our previous video 2 days ago, a Muslim, he made a comment. He says, what kind of debate this debate is? What? What kind of debate this debate is? What happened? See, the Muhammadan, when they notice how much their religion is busted, they don't like the debate. If Islam is doing good in debate, they love it. The second you see a Muhammadan complaining about how the debate is going, what kind of debate is debate? You are controlling everything. I don't know how I'm controlling everything. I mean, the Muslim, he can talk as much he want. And we spoke to him almost for more than 2 hours. So what the problem? Well, the problem is you got Islam busted. What kind of debate this debate is? Do we have any Muslim? Any Muhammadan? And you know, the Muslim then, he tried to play smart. So he said, you know what, David, would he do better debate than you? I said, sure, he's my brother. And actually, in fact, he is the best to eat the Quran. Like, you know, they want to play like divide and conquer. Oh, like, you know, David, would he do better debate than your debate? Oh, okay. Okay. No problem. Good. He's my brother. You know, good for him. At the end of the day, I'm a winner if he do good. Actually, I found this this comment. Hold on. Let us put it for you in the screen. And the sorry. And the funny, the Muhammadan, they don't use Islamic names no more. So they call themselves John, Stephen, you know, I mean, all kind of names. So they can merge, you know. So this guy, he said, I hope I did not damage your ear by coughing. What kind of battle this battle is? You know what? Hold on. Let me make different screenshot. This one is so wide. Where is the comment go? Oh no. Yeah, I try to narrow the page so I can take a better screenshot. Let us see now. Okay, let us see this one. Yeah, maybe this one will be easier to read. For you, not for me. What kind of battle this, when you have weapons and all the accessories for the battle, but your opponent don't have anything to fight? The battle under your control, conquest, is especially in your hand. That's exactly what your debate are like. You are the one control the screen. The mute bomb is in your hand. Well, the guy called me. I did not mute him. Go watch it. The guy was talking to the last second until he said that Adam and Isa, they are not created the same way, and I showed him the verse in the Quran saying that they are the same, both created from dust. So this Abdul is upset, very upset. And then he said, this comment. In this comment, he want to tell me that the guy I'm debating is not in my caliber, is not in my size. Because the Muslim you choose as your opponent aren't very strong or well known as a Muslim should be. Most of them do not know the Quranic verses or the Hadith. You quote to them. They don't even know Arabic, so that if you make any mistake, they could point that out. All they can do is to keep it quiet and regret. It is or nod at what you say. They are not confident in refuting. I mean, look at this drama. So this guy, he blamed me that the one is calling me is no match in the boxing match. Can you believe it? But isn't it the case for all of you? Zakir Naik do not know Arabic. We called Mimi Hijab, he hang up on me. The Mut'a boy. We invite all sheikhs who speak Arabic and the one who don't speak Arabic. I don't know who called me. And even after people they call me, Muslim who call me, they change their gender. As an example, there is a Muslim, after calling me many times, he become Fakira. His name used to be Muhammad. After calling me many times, he become a female. So now, from now on, his name is Fakira. Is that my fault? What I should do? And as long as the Arabic, who speak Arabic, is a small number, isn't it the Quran says, I made this book in Arabic book so you might understand? So how you Muslim will understand the Quran? Right? And then he said, I mean, this guy is just crying hard for what's happening, because what's happening is very embarrassment, you know, for them. Nobody can defend his cult. None. What about you call me? You do better. Did I choose you? I don't choose who call me. Why do you always mention Zakir Naik in your debate? Do you love him? Brother and sister, the other person is named Christian. I know what when talking speak about me. There is many reasons. Number one reason, because I'm very handsome. Number two reason, because I speak very good. Number three reason, because I have a nice beard. And I'm sectarian, you know it. I mean, look at this guy. Do you love him? What the heck? You may forget everything, but you don't forget Zakir Naik in neither one of your debate. Why is that? Believe me. Hold on, I will tell you why. So then I answered him. I have a reply here underneath. I said, why I always mention Muhammad in my topic according to your logic? I love him. Did you go to the goat school? And they told you the goat philosophy? So if we speak about somebody laughing at him, that means we love him. And then he continues saying, believe me, Zakir Naik does not even know you or cares about you. You are not as famous as you think. I mean, guys, I have to go. I cannot, that's it. I'm not famous as I think. So why you are in my page, you stupid? So can you tell me how famous I am according to what you think? Like, you know, as long as you are comparing me to Zakir Naik, by the way, hold on. You remind me of something more important. Hold on. We will take a break from this. Brothers and sisters, Zakir Naik right now is in Qatar. Yes, brother. And I find it very funny that Qatar, when they have the FIFA opening, they have two naked women on the stage. In the same day, they have a speech for Zakir Naik. What the heck is that, man? This is, I mean, you Muslims are amazing. So in the same day, you bring Zakir Naik to Qatar to give you the blessing of Allah. And then in the same day, hold on, let me open this video here. Give me a second. Brother. And this is a song published by Qatar TV for the FIFA World Cup. That's deep. And this is the FIFA anthem. Even the FIFA, they have an anthem now. I'm sure if your name is Fifi, you will be so proud. What the heck is that? Or what about this, brother? What the heck is that? Zakir Naik is there in Qatar. What happened to the Qatar, the one who sponsor ISIS and Al Qaeda? And what the heck is that? We have a Muslim here is upset. You see, by the way, Muslim, they never, always they are upset. You know why? Because they are high, up. They are upset, not just set. Look at this smart Muslim is what he's saying to me. I don't know how I can refute him. To be honest with you, I don't know what to say now. What you said to me is really something. I'm not sure if I can answer you. Brother, look at this. Why you lie deliberately? Don't you believe in any God at all? Talk about Islam, but don't lie, please. I have seen you change the Arabic to lie on the Quran. As long you have seen me changing the Arabic, that's mean you know Arabic. Why you don't call me and get me busted live on air? Is that fair, guys? As long he have seen me changing the Arabic, that means he speak Arabic. Otherwise, how you can find out? So why you don't call me right now? We are live on air. My Skype is posted for you in the chat, and show everybody and record it and take the video everywhere. What do you think? Exactly. That's very deep. Thank you, Diane. See, even Diane, she said this is very deep. Brother, you are deeply, I don't like your comment. I want to go back to Islam. Here we go. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. The Sharia of Qatar. Alhamdulillah. Zakir Naik is making speeches now about Islam in Qatar, and those girls are bringing people to Islam in Qatar too. And by the way, in case you do not know, all those they are in the stadium, they are not, most of them, they are like people who work in Qatar, you know, they are not really, nobody went there. This is a garbage country. This is a country have zero human right. Everything wrong in this country. So, and even the FIFA, they bribed the FIFA to take this, you know, this is why those games, I encourage people not even to watch. It doesn't matter which country, by the way, Qatar or not Qatar. Even if the game is in England or France, this is a very garbage game. It's a business. It's a mafia. It is not for you. They are just fooling you. You waste your money. Even people, they beat each other. Sometimes even people kill each other for the sake of football. But this is how garbage they are. This Prince of Qatar, he claimed that he support the Muslim Brotherhood. He want to build mosque everywhere. He want to spread Islam. And he brings Zakir Naik the same day they are opening the World Cup. Do you know why he do that? So the Muslims, when they are upset, he give them just a bone. You know, the Muslim, they will see this. What the heck is that? How you claim that you are a Muslim country, etc., and you are conservative, and then you do this. Naked women in the stage. Harun, he keeps saying to me, when Erdogan will become a caliphate, all of this will go. Erdogan is #1 supporter to Qatar, you stupid idiot, son of Muta. Erdogan, in fact, he is the puppy of the Prince of Qatar. This guy, he just wants money. Erdogan is a coward, and now Erdogan, he announced he will have the best relationship with Israel. Are you proud about your caliphate? Just search it. Just search it. I saw it in the Israeli TV news. Erdogan, he seeks the best relationship with the state of Israel, and he respects their sovereignty. Do we have any Muslim would like to join us and call us live on air? Shake it, shake it. Bake it, bake it. No Muslim can debate us, and the Muslim, they are just whining. Huh? Actually, you know what? I saw an article. If I show you this article, you will not believe it. Honestly, maybe I should make a video about it alone. Should I share it with you? Let me search for it. They are sheikhs. They are sheikhs. They are explaining why Israel is strong. Hold on. When you see what I will show you, you will die laughing. I don't want you to die, but I warn you. Brothers and sisters, let us see. Let me find you a website. Don't have too much advertising. I hate those websites. They are full of advertising. Okay, let's see. Brothers and sisters, the Prophet was telling the truth. How the Muslim, they find out that the Prophet was telling the truth? The Prophet, he told the Muslims that the Jews, they will hide behind a tree. It's called Al-Ghardaq. Al-Gharqad, sorry. According to the Muslim sheikhs, look, what's wrong with this advertising? I can't get rid of it. I mean, how annoying. How you can read this stupid thing and this thing keep going down in front of us. Let me find a different website. I mean, what's wrong with those donkeys? How you want people to come to your page and you keep, you know, having those advertising all over? Okay, let us see if that will work now. No, it's not working. Still this advertising, I could not get rid of it. What a stupid website. Let us see a different website. Brothers and sisters, why the missiles of Hamas is not hurting the Jews? Instead, it is failing or falling in the top of the Muslims. Why? Anyone can tell me why? Anyone can know what is the story? Look at the trees. Look at the trees, brother. Muhammad, he told them once that the Jews, when the Muslims, they attack the Jews to kill them, the Jews, they will hide behind a tree. And now they are saying, you believe it or not, that the reason that the Israeli army is not getting hurt from the missiles of Hezbollah and Hamas because those trees are misguiding the missiles. They are destroying the missiles. And they are quoting for you from the Israeli newspaper, brother, that the Israeli newspaper saying, brother, Yehud Ahronot, that they were surprised that the railway station or the railway between the city of Ashkelon and Ashdod, even though the Hamas was shelling them, nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. And then they said that the newspaper said, the authority, the Israeli authority said, discovered that the tree, which is called Al-Gharqad, which Muhammad he mentioned, it is the reason to stop the attack of the missiles from Gaza. Brother, all what you need is those trees. Let me translate for you in English, maybe because you might say I'm lying. This can't be true. There's no way they will say such a thing. Shad Press Baghdad, the Israeli newspaper Yehudit Ahronot, stated that the Israeli authority were surprised today, Thursday, that the railway linking the cities of Ashkelon and Ashdod were not hit by the missiles, despite the continuous of shelling that targeted the two cities during the recent Tel Aviv war in Gaza. The newspaper added, the Israeli authority discovered that the dense trees that Israel is keen to plant, the Gharqad, this is the name of the tree or the type, were able to repel the attack of the resistance missiles launched from Gaza. Meh. Okay, Hofen, no problem. You just send me a text? Okay, no problem. Oh, I know. I thought you are a Muslim. Next time, make it clear. A Muslim, he said. So you believe it or not, those people, they explain everything for you. The Prophet, he said the Jews, they will hide behind a tree. And now it's happening. We shoot at them 1 billion missile, and none of them hit. Even 99% of them, they fall in the top of our head because we are a bunch of idiot Hamas. And we blame what? What is the reason, brother? It is the trees. Who want tree like this in his backyard? Please, if you are Ukrainian and you are worried about your property and you are in need to defend your country from from Putin missiles, buy those trees. Those trees, okay, we have a phone call. Somebody, I think we have a customer who want to buy a tree. Christian Prince, I want to buy the tree immediately. Zakir Naik, why you want to buy the tree? Because the Indian, they are targeting me. The Indian regime and the Indian government, they are accusing me that I'm supporting terrorism. And if I have the tree, I can stop any attack on me. Zakir Naik, but this tree is very expensive. Christian Prince, I need to donate him by dollars, and I have pound. I even have Bitcoin. You have Bitcoin? Do you? Exactly. I have Bitcoin, I have Bit-Tato, I have anything, any bit you bet. Man, a tree is the reason to stop the attack on Israel. This is Halfin Colado. Okay, this is Halfin Colado. I don't know who's Halfin Colado. Let us see. Are you a Muslim, my friend? We have somebody in Skype. Let us see. I hope he's a Muslim. Hello? Hello? It must be Fakira. It must be. Fakira? Fakira. It's Fakira. Yeah. How I know? It is Fakira who changed her gender. She was always female, actually. She never was a man. She said the MF word to her Prophet Muhammad. MashaAllah. The newspaper emphasized that the Israeli Authority intend to plant thousands of those trees to enable them to repelling the rocket fired by Palestinian, like a terrorist. Brother, who can beat this? The newspaper emphasized that the Israeli Authority intend to plant thousands of those trees to enable them to rebuild a rocket. Let us be serious now. Can you deny that the Prophet, he said the truth? That this tree can stop any attack? You know what? I'm not going to use my guns no more. I'm sick of cleaning them, practicing shooting, buying bullets. I mean, the price of bullet now is really expensive. Actually, I'm thinking to buy 22 millimeter just for practicing, because the 9 and the 45 and the Magnum, they are really costly. I mean, the bullet there is expensive. But now, why I need the guns? Why the American, they are spending trillions of dollars for their weapon? All what we need is a tree. And we can use it as a Christmas tree. The tree. Why we are not winning the war? Because we never been taught before that this tree can stop rocket. Hello. This is a Jewish tree. You cannot fight their tree. It doesn't matter what you try. You have to go. Hello. I mean, can you believe that there is a stupid nation like this? They think that they are losing war non-stop because of a tree. A tree? Hello? Baghdad found a solution. Why we need to cut the trees of the Jews? You know, Muslims now, as long as this is the reason, why you don't go and cut the trees? I mean, they are in the empty field. Go and cut the trees, and then do you do shilling, you stupid? As long now you know their strength. All what you need to do, take electronic engine saw, and chop them, and then shoot. What's wrong with you? You know, I remember one from Hezbollah and Hamas. They were fighting together side by side to fight the Jews. So the Jews, they say, Ahmad, Ahmad, he stand up, and the sniper shoot him. Muhammad, Muhammad, he stand up, the sniper shoot him. Khalid, Khalid, they stand up, and the sniper shoot him. So one of the Muslim leaders of Hamas, he was so smart. He said, brothers, be smart. If we do this, if we keep doing this, they will kill us all. Next time when they say Muhammad, Muhammad don't stand up, Khalid stand up. Supposedly he fixed it. Like we fooled them, you see? If they call Muhammad, don't stand up Muhammad, Khalid, he stand up. This way they shoot Khalid, but they don't shoot Muhammad. If they say Khalid, Muhammad stand up. Okay? Sure, sir. What we will do with the tree? Those are the ones who want to bring us to the religion. They are saying a tree is the reason for them to lose. In this topic, the picture is confirmation of the hadith. This is a confirmation of the hadith, where the Prophet says, the Gharqad tree protect the Jews in Gaza. And they are publishing, by the way, non-stop. Like this is 2014, but they are keep publishing this until now. Do we have any brave Muslim? I don't want to talk to Fakira. She is very, very attractive girl. I can't believe it when she called me and she say, hi, how are you? So what the heck with this Muslim? Why this Muslim, she is saying hi like this? You know, it turned to be that this Muslim, she is from Senegal and she is a male, but she thinks she is a female. Oh boy. Do we have any Muhammadan? Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Let us go to the hadith and see how this hadith work. I don't know if I will leave this. I don't know. I want to keep this on the screen. That will bring me more Muslims. This is the. Are they? Those are like example of the versions we will find in heaven. Those are the versions. The screen, they jump like this, like crazy. A bunch of stupid people. And people are like, what? And I don't know. I mean, like the whole this opening thing, the whole thing is stupid. And even look at the decoration. Look at the ground. I mean, who is the one who designed this stupidity? And what those are behind them? Those are like zombie or something? Let us go to the hadith to discover what the Prophet said. Look, Prophet, he mentioned it here. The Prophet said, the Messenger of Allah said, the last hour will not come until the Muslim fight against the Jews and until the Jew will hide himself behind a stone or a tree. And the stone or tree will say, oh, Muslims, there is a Jew behind me, come and kill him. Fascist religion, Hitler. But Al-Ghardaq, a tree, will say, so, for this tree is the tree of the Jews. Brother, the Jews are the first people ever who were able to convert a tree to their religion? No, Muhammad, he did. I know the Jews did before, look like it. And the tree will protect them. The Prophet who taught the truth. Why we cannot win a war against Israel? Because they have those trees. But why you don't cut the trees? Christian Prince, are you stupid? If those trees, they can fight rocket, how we can cut them, you idiot? Man. Any Muhammadan? Do we have any Muhammadan? By the way, I have this tree in my backyard, just to let you know. I have two of them, one from the east, one from the west. So it doesn't matter where the nuke is coming from, I'm protected. This is the tree, actually. It's called the, this is what the Jews, the Jews, they say they have like the doom system, you know. This is the tree. You know, this is the tree. That's explain everything. You might not believe it. It might be hard to agree with, but it's true. Those trees are very powerful. I heard, and I have witnesses. You know, I have witnesses. I mean, I can get you a lot of witnesses, but nobody was there when this story happened. But still, I can get you witnesses. You know, that once upon a time there was a king, and he's a Muslim king. His name is Zulqarnain. He occupied the whole world. But when he arrived to this tree, he didn't know about it. He never heard of it. And he decided to sleep underneath of it. He closed his eyes and he starts snoring. After 2 minutes, he heard a voice saying, "Would you like to open Visa card account with us?" Zulqarnain, he never heard of Visa card. He said, no. They said, "What about MasterCard?" No. We can give you a mortgage with a very low interest. No, what mortgage is about? What are you talking about? We can give you a good credit. Open a bank account in our bank. Zulqarnain was really confused. He never heard of those things before. And then since then, Zulqarnain, he was really thinking about investing his money, and he is the one who started the Bitcoin. This is a true story, by the way. Bitcoin is very old. This is the tree. It's called Al-Gharqad. And this is a Jewish tree. And this is the tree. It's a Jewish tree. And it is the one who's stopping the rocket. If you look at the shape of the tree, it makes sense. It's a beautiful tree, actually, if you think about it. This is a perfect tree for the desert. So Muhammad, he claimed that this tree is a Jewish tree. And this tree is the protection of the Jews. And you know, when Zulqarnain, he woke up, you know, he thought in the beginning that he was seeing a dream. But then when he looked at the tree in the top of him, he found a sign. It says MasterCard, Visa card. We give you all cards. And contact this number, Jack Shalom, Jerusalem. Do we have any Muslim can solve the problem for us? No, you know, this tree is an amazing tree. Muhammad, he hated trees, by the way. He cut their trees. But this is a tree, it grow in the desert, you know, which not all trees can do that. You know, it have to be very tough tree. Do we have any Muhammadan? You know, when we finished the first podcast, we have 800 something, 900, and now we have 700. What's wrong with you people? I will do what like Andre Tate, he says, today, one of my followers, he will get $1,000, and every fool, he is, you know, he's trying to get more followers on Twitter. You know, he says, maybe I will get $1,000. You stupid idiot. This guy, he will make a fake account and give himself the $1,000. And the dummies are all over. Can you talk about Muslim objection to Trinity? Well, Muslims' objection to Trinity is not an objection. It's just a copy-paste. Muhammad, he said there's no Trinity, and then they start their own logic, because when we speak about God and the Muslim he speak about logic, that is a sign of hypocrisy, because in their religion there's no logic. Is it logical that God he give you a lot of women to have sex with? Is it logical that their God is one, yet he says if we want to have sex or he have a partner, he will have it from us? Is it logical that Allah is one, keep saying we? Is it logical that Allah is God, but yet he cannot have a son without a girlfriend? So Muslims are a bunch of hypocrites. Is it logical that Mary, she is a virgin in the Quran? Why the Muslim don't debate that? Because it's in the Quran. If it's not in the Quran, the Muslim, they will not argue. They will make fun of us. They will say to you, how you believe such a stupid thing? The virgin is, Mary was a virgin. But because Muhammad, he mentioned that, nobody discussed it. Nobody dare to discuss it. So Muslims are just a copy-paste machine. Nobody really using his brain, because it's not you who decide what God can be or what he cannot. If God, like, the Japanese, they believe that there's 8 million gods in Japan. 8 million. I mean, this is a lot of gods, but this is not the reason to believe they are true or not. If there is one God, it's possible to be there's million God too. Why not? As long one can be exist, then two can be exist, then three can be exist, then five can be exist. And we as a Christian, we don't believe in 3 gods. We believe in one God. But this is not the point. The point is, when you speak about God, you don't tell God what he can be and what he cannot. The question is, if this God is true, exists God or not. But he is 1, he is 7, he is 10, he is 20. That is not the question. That is a very stupid logic. If somebody believe in, like the Hindus, according to Sadhguru, they have 35 million gods. Is that the reason for me not to accept them? No. But if there is 35 million God, then they are. What I can do about it? And what you can do about it? But this is not the reason to reject them. Do we have any Muhammadan? Any Muhammadan here? Okay, we have Mr. Jihad. Let us see Mr. Jihad. Hello? Yes, Jihad with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. Are you the same person who I spoke to him before, Jihad?
Yes, I've spoke to you before, and I've evolved on some of my positions, and basically, I know that the work you do. Look, you cannot get the true Islam busted. What you get busted is the Ahl al-Sunnah wal Jama'ah sect.
Okay.
You do a very good job of getting them busted. I agree with you. But you cannot get busted the true essence of worshiping the true creator.
Okay, let's see. So the Sunnah, I can get them busted. So I cannot. So are you the one who follow the true religion of Islam?
Look, CP, at the end of the day, brother, what I want to tell you is that it's not about causing division. It's not about
No. Let's focus on the topic. Let's
calling people Abdul.
Let us focus on that. I don't call people
It's
Abdul.
about trying to get
My
back
friend.
to what the true essence
Okay,
of
the
worshiping
true essence.
God
Okay,
is
what is
all
the true
about.
of essence? You see, you said to me, I can get the Muslim Sunni busted. So what are you?
Okay. For example, I heard you mentioned on a number of occasions that where did the so-called Muslims get the 5 daily prayers? Did you say that before?
Sure.
And did you say that the 5 prayers is not from the Quran?
It is not.
It is not.
No.
Okay. So as of now, I pray at minimum 3. Now, if somebody wants to pray 5, or 7, that's fine. But the minimum is 3. The Jews are praying 3. That's fine. I will let the hadith go. And I even accept the Bible as a book, but I just believe in tahrif. Do you know what tahrif is?
Well, yeah, tell me what tahrif is. No.
I believe that we have scriptures and scrolls which came from the Creator, but there's been tahrif over time.
Okay.
Tahrif has been some changes of placements and interpretation, and this goes for the Quran too.
Okay. So what book you follow now?
But at the end of the day, you have to extract the wisdom. I accept the Bible. I accept Quran. I get back to what Tawheed is about.
What Tawheed? Okay? What Tawheed is about?
Worshipping one God. And not worshipping any false.
How you worship one God? You just said Tawheed. Tawheed means unification.
Okay. See that it really. You see. That stuff, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day.
No, it matters. It matters.
It doesn't
because
matter.
You just said to me, you yourself, that you discover what is Tawheed. This is the essence of your religion. And then you worship.
At the end of the day, CP,
and I said to you,
about the...
No, hold on. You said, and I said to you what Tawheed is. It said worshiping one God. Okay, but Tawheed does not mean you have one God. Tawheed mean you have many. Tawheed mean unification. If Allah is one, how you are going to unify the one?
Brother, at the end of the day, I want to worship the one who created everything.
I'm not asking you about you like to worship. I'm asking you about the word.
Do you want to call him by the name of Elohim?
No.
Or the name of Hashem or Allah?
You are just
it depends.
What you are trying to say, I don't believe in books. I don't believe in... I have my own philosophy.
No, I believe in the books.
No,
I believe in the book.
No, you don't.
But I believe in tahrif.
No, but that's mean you don't. That's mean you don't.
Tahrif.
That mean you don't have a book you can trust, correct?
We have to deduct, we have to look at the books and see what's in agreement with it. And even,
Okay, give me one chapter in the Quran you agree with.
So a lot of, there, and then another thing, CP, is you have to sometimes,
you see, my friend, you're running away from my question.
You have to extract philosophy. You have to extract wisdom.
Okay, how you extract?
You have
because
to take examples.
My friend,
you have to look at things.
A liar, he can speak wisdom too.
Christians and Jews say the same thing. We look at things as a time.
Hold on.
Interpretation.
A liar, he can
interpretation.
A liar can speak wisdom too. Who said that liar they don't speak wisdom? Who said to you that liars are not smart? Who said to you liars they are not like can deceive? They are the professional liar. So when you speak about extracting wisdom, what is wisdom exactly? Give me an example of wisdom in the Quran. Go ahead.
Look, at the end of the day, you guys have pointed out that there have been some diacritical changes. Okay, I don't necessarily trust. Some of the caliphates, what they did, I don't trust them, frankly speaking.
This is another question. You see, jihad.
So
can you focus with me for a second? Can you focus with me?
We're talking about the tahrif.
You said you can extract the wisdom from the Quran. Give me an example of wisdom.
You can extract the wisdom from the Bible too.
Give me forget about the Bible. Give me an example of the wisdom in the Quran.
It's a little bit difficult to pull up off the top of my head. But
from the whole book, you don't remember one wise thing?
No,
from the Quran?
actually, okay. Look, Surah Al-Baqarah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Surah Al-Baqarah.
Yeah.
Contains a lot of hikmah, a lot of wisdom.
Like what? Like the guy was killed, and then they beat him by some beef, and then he came back to life, and then he told who killed him. Do you know what they quote Al-Baqarah? Al-Baqarah means the cow. Why?
It's the longest surah of the whole Quran.
I don't care how this can be a wisdom chapter for you, when obviously the chapter is a stupid chapter. Muhammad, he speak about a Jewish guy was killed, and the people ask Moses, ask your God who is the one who did kill this guy. So Allah told him, okay, go and get some beef, kill a cow, and he described the cow for him, and then beat the guy with the beef.
I'm gonna
And
show you. Okay. For example, when the Quran says in the like, so I mean, the Quran, for example, it's referring to al-suhuf al-ula, al-suhuf Ibrahim wa Musa. So what does that mean, CP? It
what does that
means
mean?
basically it basically means that the Arabs of that time held the early scripture into high esteem. So I definitely will read the early scripture.
How the Arab they met Ibrahim?
So the Arabs were a bunch of pagan Arabs who, and by the way, Hajj. I don't agree with Hajj. I don't agree with Hajj.
I don't care.
Okay,
I don't care. This is
I
another
agree
question.
with you about that.
No, I don't. This is another question. How and when Abraham he went to meet the Arab?
So that's why the Prophet was sent for the Arabs. So you have a point when you say that it's not
so
for
you
the
are
whole
saying,
mankind.
so
It
you are
was
saying
for
the
the Arabs.
The Quran lie when he said the Quran says that the Abraham is the one who left up the base of the Kaaba. He built that up.
Listen, I don't know about who built the Kaaba.
Okay, let's go back to zero. You said the books of Abraham and Moses. Do you have any of them?
We have what we have now, and
What do you
to
have?
the extent that
hold on.
they agree.
So why you are mentioning to me? Why the Quran says this is the verses you are mentioning? This is the book in the earliest revelation, and this is the books of Abraham and Moses. Okay, this is the books of Abraham and
Many
Moses.
times, the Torah.
Why you
Injil.
mention it? Why you mention it if you don't have it? What is the benefit?
CP, let me explain to you how I approach things.
I don't,
I look at the Torah.
Jihad. You see what you are doing. You are just let me explain how I see, how I notice, how I believe. This is not what I'm talking about. We are talking about religion, not about an individual drinking his coffee in his bedroom, and he's telling me what he thinks.
But all you do is go after the Sunnah.
No.
That's not what
I go
I'm
after the Shia. Name
to
for
anymore.
me. Islam is a sect. There have to be a sect. Name for me one Muslim. It's you yourself. You just denied that the Quran. You just told me the Quran is a fake book full of false revelation.
I believe there is some tahrif, but I didn't say that.
So
we should say it's completely a bad book. It's completely something not to follow.
As long as you believe that there is some change in the Quran, somebody added something to the Quran, then this book is not trustworthy. If I can change it.
But isn't it you that also believes that the Bible is inspired by God?
Yeah, we believe in inspired. We don't believe in corruption.
So then there's tahrif.
We don't believe in corruption. We don't.
And even they say you have to know the Hebrew language itself to be able to get the true meaning.
That's not true.
That's why the Jews themselves, they do advertisements on YouTube to say if you want to learn the true Torah, you come to Hebrew.
For sure. Knowing the language will save you a lot and make you understand better. But my friend,
you grasp some nuances that way when you know the language.
But that will not change the fact that you as a Muslim, you are very confused, and now you are trying to escape from
I agree with you on a lot of things you say about those Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. Those books, most of them, if it comes to it, I will use them as toilet paper. I don't care.
But you agree with the Quran.
I'm talking about what is the truth.
But you agree that the Quran is toilet paper too, because you just said the Quran is corrupt book.
No, I'm not going to say such a thing like that. I'm just saying that when we approach any scripture, whether it be the Bible or the Quran, we have to know that there's some tahrif, but we have to take from it.
You just say this is the scriptures, correct?
You have to be. I don't look at it as
Jihad. You just say this.
It's all the scriptures. It's all the scriptures.
What scripture mean?
You have the Torah. You have the Gospel.
No, tell me what scripture mean. I'm not asking you which book. I'm asking you what the word scripture mean.
It's written language.
It's what?
It's written language in the form of a book.
I wrote many books. Are there scriptures too?
They are religious holy books, scripts. Even the Sikhs and the Hindus, they have scriptures.
So
and even the Hindus...
Jihad, you're wasting my time. I ask you a specific question, you escape it. So when Muhammad, he claimed to be a prophet, did he ever spoke to his God?
So in the way that Moses did, no.
This is not the question. Did he ever spoke to his God? Either he say he did or he did not.
Okay, so in the case of Moses, for example,
this is not the question. This is not the question, Jihad. Don't waste my
spoke directly.
Jihad, you know me. I don't like people to play games with me. The question is, did Muhammad speak to his God? I don't care how Moses spoke or not.
From what we know,
Moses he called by iPhone.
CP,
no
you
problem.
Interrupt.
Jihad,
CP,
Jihad.
You interrupt.
No,
you interrupt.
This is not my question. Did Muhammad speak to his God? Yes or no?
Not
directly,
but through the.
Not directly. Either you tell me he spoke. Did he speak to him? Yes or no?
Not direct.
So he did not speak to him.
Well, CP, so it depends how you follow a man,
Jihad. How you follow a man? He himself never spoke to his God.
Did every single prophet speak to Hashem directly?
Well, so how they receive their prophecy then? From whom? They receive a fax?
In some cases, didn't Jibril appear in the Bible?
Show me. Yeah, Jibril appeared to Mary, but she is not a prophet.
Okay, so Jibril is going back to the biblical tradition, isn't it?
No, but he is not. But she is not a prophet. She did not say, "I received revelation from scriptures, and I'm going to teach you." No, she received that. She explained to her that she is going to have a child, and that's it. But she is not a prophet. Because she is the one who would have the child, so she's been told why and how she would have it. So that's all. But she is not a prophet.
To you, CP, I'm saying to you, CP, the definition of the Quran
Muhammad
is a
never
recitation.
saw his God. Muhammad has never spoke to his God, and there is no witnesses that Muhammad ever spoke to an angel. And not only that, in the top of that, Muhammad, if he received, even Muhammad himself, he claimed in the Quran, he says that he received satanic verses, and even the Quran says that Allah will delete the satanic verses. How we can be sure that all the Quran is not satanic verses?
How do we be sure the whole Quran is not satanic verses?
How? As long as the Quran contain that.
Because we have to have a criterion.
What is the criterion? Go ahead, tell me.
We have to have a criterion.
What is that?
So we could basically say what is good and what is bad.
What is good?
What comes from God?
Is beating your wife? Is beating your wife is good, Jihad?
This is a permissible thing, which I believe is okay.
It's okay to beat your wife.
In certain cases, yes.
Like what?
But
what cases?
If she she goes out too much and she drinks alcohol.
So then, what about if
so
if you drink alcohol, can your wife beat you?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm the man, and that's just the way it is.
Okay, she can hire me, and I can come up and beat you, no problem.
Okay, my friend.
If she pay me $25, I mean, your logic is stupid. So you are the man, and she
because
is the
man is in charge.
She is weak. Well, she can hire. She can ask her brother. She can ask her brother or her dad to come and beat you up.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
So what kind of religion?
Then
what kind of religion?
Family
what kind of religion? Justice is missing. Secondly, you give me a false excuse.
No, justice is not missing.
Is missing. For sure it's missing. Because the Quran says if a woman became like you fear that there will be a rebellion, you can beat them.
Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq spoke a lot.
So now you are a Shia.
I acknowledge some of the works of the Imams.
Okay.
I acknowledge.
Do you
some
believe
of their
the Imam words, Ja'far as-Sadiq?
Well, I don't know the details of all.
What kind of shoes you wear?
Okay, I know. Okay, yeah. So there's some funny stuff there.
What do you mean funny? A second ago you said you believe in what he teach you, and those people they taught you if you wear black shoes, your private part will never function.
Okay, but that's the difference about the word Shia technically means deviant. So whenever there's different schools of thought there, but everybody's pretty it's not like how the Sunnah school of thought is, where it's believe this or that's it. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's basically, how do you want to interpret things, CP? So you mentioned a minute ago about the Quran, how we know this. Well, maybe to the extent that it agrees with the Bible, the Torah,
My
in a
friend,
lot of ways, we can say
you are all over the place. You said to me,
no.
you accept what the Imam
Brother, some
Sadiq he
of those
said.
imam, but they used to go
Okay.
back to my friend.
So,
Many of the
so
scholars,
can
they
you tell me
used to
one
go to the
thing? One
Bible to
thing
get
your Shia Imam.
interpretation.
Can you tell me one thing your Shia Imam
They
he said is true?
they would read the Bible
Is it
to
true?
get
Is it true your
interpretations about the
Imam, the one?
prophets
Is
and
it true
Moses.
that your Imam said that the one who drink the piss of the Imam he go to heaven?
I have no idea, and I don't, and that is I mean, that's not something
Is
I
it
would
true?
drink the
Is it true
piss.
your Imam he says if you eat carrot, your penis would stand like like the power of
Well, well, vegetables are good for your penis,
okay,
but
all right,
that's
carrot.
one thing.
Yeah, if you eat carrot, it's okay. Now,
Yeah, I
is
mean, vegetables are, provide health for that area. I'm sure. I've heard. I've
okay,
read.
okay,
So yeah.
all right. So okay, let us
But
see. Okay, hold on. Let us see some of the
CP,
things.
you're missing the brother.
Is it
Okay,
true? Is it true? Is it
CP.
true that
Yeah,
if you speak,
CP.
if you speak during
Oh my,
sex,
it's
you,
just
in what you are saying?
CP. It's not. It's I mean, why do you want to go to these funny
You are the
things?
one who mentioned to me. You
These
said to me,
silly things.
you said to me, I bust the Muslim Sunni, but your Shia is way more stupid.
Look, CP. You know that in this day and age, it's not about what you think. Coming back and spreading the caliphate and this and that. We are in the end times. So I mean,
Jihad,
it's
you
this
speak
is the end times.
you speak Arabic?
I do speak Amiya Arabic,
Okay,
but my
okay.
reading is
Read for me
weak.
Allah. According to your Shia Imams, that the one who speak during sex, his son will be mute.
Okay, my friend, this is all
Do you
fine,
speak when
but
you are
what does
having sex
but
in Jihad?
CP? But what I'm saying is, yeah, this is funny. I don't care
What do you mean funny?
if but I mean,
The whole books are stupid.
but brother, why don't we get
If you
back to
wear
the
a yellow
issues
shoes, your
such?
penis would be strong. If you wear black shoes, your penis would never work. A guy he complained to
So
the
why can't we
Imam.
get back
He
to the
said to
issue?
him, "Hold on." A guy he came to the Imam. He said to him, "The Imam of Allah, the descendant of Muhammad. I have 7 children. All of them they are girls, and I cannot have one boy. What I should do?" He said, "You stand behind her and you push it hard, and each time you push it hard, you spank her and you scream, 'Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali,' 7 times, and then you will have a boy." And then that guy he gets 7 boys after that. So you
Yeah, I
said to
mean,
me,
it shouldn't
you
come
said
as a surprise. It shouldn't come as a surprise to
you
you that
said
the
to me
Arabs.
that I bust the Shia, but your Sunni, the Sunni, but your Shia books is even more stupid.
I mean, I'm not saying that there's not some funny stuff, but it doesn't necessarily. But you see, within the Shia, that nobody says you have to believe everything. You just interpret. It's about interpretations, and you look at some of the imams for
So
how they interpret
what
things,
this religion? Okay,
and
hold on. So what this religion is
and they
about?
even read the Bible, my friend. They
You don't
interpret the
have to
Bible.
believe
They
you don't have
interpret
to
the Bible.
believe everything. So what the heck with this religion? So what we should believe, what should not believe?
CP, my point in calling you was to try to explain that I don't really look at the scriptures as different. I look at the Torah coming in
Jihad, you don't have
one
scriptures.
time,
You are
the
just
Quran
you are
coming
just a
in the
confused
Arabs'
person. No,
time,
you are just a
and
confused person.
we
No,
need to worship one
I
God.
remember you calling me once and you were laughing at the Quran and Islam, aren't you? And you decided to leave Islam actually.
That was a very long time ago because I was missing the mark. I
Oh,
was missing the mark on what God is
so
all
what God is
about.
about? Go ahead. Tell me who's your God?
My God is the God of Adam, of
No. This is
course.
not a question. Who's
Okay,
your God? Who's your God?
he's the one who create. He's the creator.
This is not an answer. Who is the one? Who is your God?
Whether you want to call him Elohim or
I'm not
Hashem
asking you
or
for. I'm not
Allah,
asking you for what you call him. I'm saying who is your God.
my friend, I worship God every day.
You don't know who's God, so you are just worshiping names and to give a description like he created this, he created, but there's no proof. You are you are hippie.
The intention of
like the
my
hippie,
heart.
the hippies, what they say, there's
No,
a
no,
power.
no,
I
no.
believe in energy. I am in good energy, but but the second I ask you who's your God,
No, it's not like this, my
okay.
friend.
So who's your God?
It's,
Okay, I'm asking you who's your God.
my God is the one who created Adam.
Who is the one who created Adam?
In the Hebrew language, he's called Hashem. In Arabic, he's called
Who is
Allah.
Hashem?
Elohim.
Who is Elohim?
The one who, my God is the one who spoke to Moses in the bush.
Who is? You see, you are not telling me who is your God. You keep telling me
That's him.
You are stealing information from other religion. You have nothing to do with it, and you are a person who follow Muhammad. You don't follow the Jews, and now you are stealing names. It's not even existing in your Quran. Is your Quran name your God as Hashem or Elohim or Yahweh or etc.? No,
it doesn't. But what I know is that the scholars and imams, they would look to the Bible for certain interpretations on the earlier scriptures, which is perfectly valid because it's just one time.
They look. The reason they look because
history,
Muhammad.
and then you come to the Arab time.
They look because the
what's
Quran,
wrong with that?
Okay, look what you just said. You just said that your scholars, they have to look at our Bible in order to understand something in the Quran, correct?
Right.
Okay.
In some cases.
Okay, that means thank you for saying that. That means the Quran is a stupid book because Allah in the Quran, he claimed that he made the Quran in a great details.
They all are kind of in a continuum with each other.
No. You see,
but I believe in the same God as you. He's one.
You follow the Quran only.
But the Trinity is
how you can say they are they complete each other when you believe in the Quran only, and the Quran claim that Allah he explained.
But the Quran says إن هذا في الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم. So صحف
you keep repeating the same thing. I asked you, do you have the books of Ibrahim? You don't. You don't even have one page of Ibrahim.
So what does that mean?
What Ibrahim means?
That the Quran
do you know
is
even
acknowledging.
Do you know even what Ibrahim means?
My friend, but who does know this stuff?
We know. You see, you just said to me. You said to me 2 minutes ago. You have to go to the Bible so you can understand.
In some situations,
in the Bible, because this is the book of the truth. You find who is Ibrahim and what Ibrahim mean. You find what Isaac is about. Who is Isaac? What is Isaac mean? You can find in the Hebrew language all those answers. But because you are following a thief, you have no idea. Like, okay, you Muslim, you call your God Allah. What Allah mean?
But what's your?
I'm asking you what Allah mean. What Allah mean? Is that an Arabic word?
It means the God.
Who said that?
Al is the, and La is God.
Al is a word mean God, you mean?
يعني هذا يعني الكتاب, the book.
Okay.
So when you say Allah,
you are using as Arabic today. The La. Okay, that's mean your God. His name is La.
No, it just basically linguistically, it's the God. But like, for example,
my friend. Okay, tell me why did God reveal it to Moses as
Elohim? I am.
Jihad.
So your God, his name is I am.
Jihad.
Your God's name is I am.
Focus with me.
So you worship I am.
Focus with me. You just said
Elohim
Allah,
means I am.
You just said Allah is the God, right? The God, correct? You said that. Do we agree?
Okay.
Okay. So
Allah.
what is that? What is that? What is that? That is Al, correct? Correct?
Al.
Okay.
The.
Al. And what is the second word?
La.
No, La.
La.
Exactly.
But you pronounce
your God name is La. So thank you very much. Go right now and search on Google. You will find that La is the moon god. Thank you. Allah. Al, according to Arabic today, Al is word mean the. La is the name of your God.
But CP, but at the end of the day, brother.
You keep saying, you know, Jihad. You keep saying to me at the end of the day, at the end of the day, as we say, your God, his name is La. or would it take me 2 minutes, a minute, a second to go to Google and I can search
But why,
God?
but why does it matter about the language? Because it
It
depends who
matter
you're
because this is the
speaking
name
to.
of your God, and we need to find who is this God. So if we go on right now and search for La, then we will find that La
So
is
the
the
Quran says that,
La, La
other
is the
people can go to heaven.
La is La is the moon God, as you see. The moon God, this is the moon God, Allah is and you are the one who agree that your God name is La. So your God is the moon God.
It's not so much the moon god as a symbol that the Arabs had back in the day because they revered the moon, and God is the one that created the moon. It's sort of like a symbol of the Arabs. And yes, it has a lot to do with the Arabs, and this is what came to the Arabs, but
But this
they
is
were
not an, this
pagans.
but this is not an Arabic word. This is an Aramaic word.
Well, I mean, Arabic, it comes from Aramaic. CP, come on, dude.
Okay,
Are you
so
serious?
La,
Arabic comes from
okay,
Aramaic.
La is a very well-known God name of the moon god, and there is the moon god, the sun god, and even your Quran says that when Abraham he decided to follow a god, he worshiped a god. His name is Akbar, correct?
Who said okay, a god, his name is Akbar. So you said before that God is Al-Rahman or Al-Akbar or something like that. Now there's sifat, but I mean, I don't know if you're trying to say that it's a different God.
When the first time your prophet he used the word Ar-Rahman.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
When the first time he mentioned that?
Well, wouldn't that go back to the first surah that was revealed?
My friend, this is the first surah revealed. Muhammad, after almost before he died, he started using the word Ar-Rahman. So the question is, how come he never used the word Rahman before? How come this name appears suddenly? Muhammad never used it. And now many years.
How come there's a whole? Well, then how come there's a whole? Well, let me push back on you a little bit on that one, because if he revealed the Quran within the span of his life, then how did we have the verse Ar-Rahman?
Read with me, chapter 17, verse number 110.
No, I'm talking about Ar-Rahman.
I'm talking about first time your prophet he mentioned the word Rahman. Do you see it on the screen?
At the okay, are you live?
Yeah, I'm live. What do you think? You text me without knowing?
Okay, but are you on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, let me
you can open your phone if you want. Chapter 17, verse 110.
No, I want to just follow the screen on YouTube, and I'll read it from you to see what you have on. I just need a minute to go to your channel and see where the live stream is. Okay?
No problem.
But I don't know what point you're trying to make here.
I'm showing you that your prophet is a liar. First time he mentioned Ar-Rahman was way after he announced himself a prophet, many years after.
Can you prove this, or is this
absolutely? You're talking to Christian Prince.
I mean, I know you say a lot of I mean, there's some good arguments that you give, but there are some cases.
Let us see if this is a good argument or not. Do you see it in the screen or not?
You twist things in a certain way.
I twist the arms of Muslims always. Yeah. Now.
Okay. So what I seen.
Now read it with me. Is it in front of you?
It says, "Call upon Allah."
Okay.
Or upon Rahman.
Exactly.
By whatever name you call upon him.
Yeah, because this is the first time.
By whatever name
hold on. This is the first time. Hold on.
Whether it's I am.
Did you ask yourself why he is saying this? Hold on. No.
Come back to God.
You're talking to Christian
Come
Prince.
back to God.
If we go,
I'm inviting you.
You don't know God, you are worshiping idols, and you are a Muhammad and you have no God. Listen, this is the chapter of Al-Isra, chapter 17. But this is the chapter number 50. So today Quran is chapter number 17, but in the original revelation according to Islam, it is number 50. And this is both the Shia and the Sunni agree upon. So Muhammad, he received the name Ar-Rahman after 50 chapter, which mean half of his life as a prophet is gone. And today is the first time he mentioned the word Rahman. How in the world this verse Ar-Rahman or this word Ar-Rahman now later appear in the front of every chapter? And then why Allah never mentioned this name? If you go and read the interpretation, you will see that there is a guy, his name is Rahmanul Yamama. He claimed to be the prophet of Allah, and then he sent him the prophet of Ar-Rahman. He sent him a message, a letter, says in the name of Rahman. And then the Arab, when Muhammad he wrote back, he says in the name of Allah Ar-Rahman. The Arab, they say to him, well, look like Muhammad now today.
So it sounds CP. It sounds to me that the prophet was just using the word Rahman, which means merciful, as a way to describe his Lord.
Rahman is coming from the word Raham, which means the womb.
So this is a case where I'm like, okay, where do you get this stuff?
Where I got this stuff in the front of me. Here we go. I can show it to you. What do you want?
I mean, so you cannot accept my
friend Jihad. You know you are talking to who, right? So don't tell me where you get this from. People will laugh. So either you can stand your ground and you say, I challenge you, show me, prove me.
At the end of the day, I need to make sure, because a part of you is a show businessman who wants to come
if I'm a show business now, okay, I'll prove to you that I'm show businessman.
All the Christian community of the world, they rely upon you to translate Arabic.
You are like a person who have no.
They treat you like a prophet. They basically treat you like a prophet.
No, every day when I finish, I say, "This is your brother Christian Prince."
Whatever you
serving
say,
you, my friend. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my time. Every time I speak, I say, "This is your brother Christian Prince was serving you humbly for today." I never claim to be anything. I'm not a priest. I tell people I carry guns. I like weapon. I never claim anything about myself. So don't stop lying. Because you cannot refute me, you cannot answer me, and now you are saying to me, my followers, they treat me as a prophet. What prophet? What a false excuse to run away from a topic. This is the excuse? Your prophet is a false prophet. And you yourself, you keep saying to me, anything is embarrassing. Now you will say to me, the Quran, you have good things and have bad things. The bad things, somebody put it there. This is the easiest way of hypocrisy. If somebody can put something there, well, he can put everything there. If it's possible to have 50 chapters there are false, then what is the guarantee the other 50 chapters are not false? And the second we ask you questions, they are serious, and we give you the proof, you start talking about me. People, they trust what I say because I show what I say. I don't make speeches. I don't have a camera showing my face. I show reference. Everything I say is reference. So how in the world they will not trust what I say? Watch every single video of mine. You see nothing but reference. When I mention to you Ar-Rahman, here we go. This is the first time your prophet, he mentioned the word Ar-Rahman. Where was the name of Allah before? How such an important name is not there? You Muslim, you repeat it before anything you do. In the name of Allah, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. How come this name did not show up for the most, or at least the first 10, 12 years of Muhammad claiming to be a prophet? Until a guy, his name is Ar-Rahman, sent him a letter. And the funny is, what make it more funny, that it is you Muslim who claim in your books that this would happen. Not the Christians. A Muslim saying, Jesus is a human, so are you saying that he is equal to you? A God cannot be equal. You see, the Muslims, they have their own logic. So when they remember that Jesus came as a human. Okay, I will go with you. As long human is not equal to God, Allah, he sent the Holy Spirit as a man to Muhammad. Is he equal to you? But he was a man. Isn't it the Quran says Allah, he sent down the Holy Spirit, وَتَمَثَّلَ لَهَا بَشَرًا سَوِيًّا, and he came to her as a full, perfect human being? Isn't it your prophet, he claimed that he received message from a man, and this man is Jibreel, and you Muslim, you claim that he is the Holy Spirit? His name is the Holy Spirit. Is he equal to Muhammad? Muslims are a bunch of hypocrites, and they play with the logic. In fact, there is a verse in the Quran saying that if the one who was in the earth are angels, Allah will send messengers as angels. This is your Quran. Chapter 17, verse number 95. If the one who settled in the earth are angels walking about in peace and quiet, we should certainly have sent down from them heavens an angel for a messenger. What does that mean? That angels will not come as a messenger unless the one he is going to them are angels too. So how the angel came to Muhammad? Guys, do you see the stupidity? Did you notice how stupid this verse? Allah will not send, if you don't like the translation, we can change it for you. Allah will send only angels to the earth to deliver messages only if the one who live in the earth are angels. If there were on earth angels walking about in peace and security, we should certainly have sent down for them from the heaven an angel, messenger. So an angel as a messenger delivering a message will be sent only if the one walking in earth and living in earth is angels. Is Muhammad an angel? Do you see it, guys? It's in front of you. You do not need to be scholars to understand it. Very easy. If the one who live in the earth are angels, we will send an angel as a messenger. Do we have any Muslim would like to call us? Call us and get reward from Allah. In Islam, you get reward for anything. They asked the Messenger of Allah, do we get reward when we do boom boom with our wives? He said yes. What an easy way to get reward. Boom boom. Each time you put it in, out, you are getting reward. Allah is writing down your deeds. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. And the more bing bong you do, the more reward you get. What a religion. Any Muhammadan? Anyone, he can call me, no problem. He's welcome. He just need to text me and I will call him. You know, I feel sorry for this Jihad. He's a nice guy, but you know, the second he, you know, I think he's struggling, and he tried to escape the struggle by saying, you know what, I believe in God, and I am going to make an imaginary religion for me. And you know, Christian Prince, he got the Muslim Sunni busted, but the Shia he don't. But the second he noticed that the Shia have more stupid books, he washed his hand from the Shia in 2 seconds. You know, I speak about Sunni books because they are majority, and they are the one who we see in YouTube making videos, but we don't see too many Shia. But in reality, a lot of Muslim Sunni convert into Shiaism. Actually, I believe that maybe in 50 years from now, there's many countries in the Middle East that will become totally Shia, like Syria, Iraq, almost Iraq, most of it now Shia already. In Egypt, they are spreading, Tunisia, Morocco, Libya, even between the Palestinian and Jihad, I think, is a Palestinian. So Shia is going to be the dominated sect of Islam or religion. Islamic Sunni are dying. Yeah, I have only questions about Islam. You know, I want only Muslims. Yeah, only Muslims. When we say Christians call me, nobody call. When we say Muslim call, nobody call. Any Muslim? And look, you know, the Muslims, because now they are ashamed of what their prophet said, they say Quran only. But Quran is more stupid than the Hadith. Like this guy, Muhammad Shalabi, he says, he believes in Quran only. Okay, the Quran says sun set in murky water. What you will say? Hello? You know, the Muslims, because now they are ashamed of what their prophet said. Hello?
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Wait, let me just check my voice cuz Okay. Um there is something I went and I opened the Bible with the help of someone, and I like there is like this.
I lost you. Hello? She had bad connection. I lost you. Okay, let me hang up and call her back. Let us mute Skype until she answers. This is Fatima, who called us last time. She's a Moroccan and she left Islam, if you remember. And we told her to read the Bible, so she have a question about the Bible. No, she is not a Muslim no more. She left Islam. She called me a few days ago. Let us call her again. Look like she is offline. All right, let's call another Muslim. If she come back, we will call her. Let us see this person here. This guy, he said, Assalamu alaikum. We call him, call declined. Well, let me block you then. What's wrong with people? Let us give him a chance. Hello? This is Fakira. Let us see if she is back. Let us see now. I'm calling her back to see if, you know, if we can get her back. She said she live in China, and, you know, in China they have to use a proxy, I think, to be able to use those programs. Well, she did not answer. It says call declined. Okay. All right, we will see. I don't know. Look like she have an issue. Okay, she's calling again. Hello?
Oh, hi.
Hello, hello.
I because I'm playing your video on my computer, my phone's internet is not good.
Then don't play it. Just keep yourself with me in Skype.
Okay, so as I said, I opened like the Bible and I checked the part like of the creation, like Adam, and the story in the beginning, it's like kind of the same with Islam, like where Adam and Eve like came to the earth, blah blah blah, and then they had what's their names? Their first sons. What's their names? I forgot.
Cain and Abel.
I'm trying.
Cain and Abel.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
The names.
So what the question?
So yeah, like in the Muslim story, is that like the Eve, she had like male female like twins, and then she had male female, and basically, they the I'm trying to remember the names. I forgot. What do we call them?
Yeah, I know. Like supposedly Adam, his wife Eve, each time she gave birth to a twin, one boy, one girl, and then the second twin is one boy, one girl, and then they marry the first twin girl to the second twin boy, and vice versa. This is according to Islam.
Yes, yeah. But like the first male, he was like jealous because he wanted to marry his own like sister.
Yeah, because his sister, she have a cross eyes, so it's not about jealous. The one sister, she don't look good. So now,
yeah, exactly.
Both of them they wanna marry. Yeah, one of them they wanna marry one girl, and then they ask Allah to give. Adam, he asked Allah for solution, so Allah told him, ask them to give qurban, which is a sacrifice, right?
Yes.
And then they gave sacrifice. One he gave potatoes, and the other one he gave lamb, you know, sheep. And then Allah.
And then the fire came from the sky, and then it took the sheep, and basically that's the story.
You know, yeah, we don't have such a story. This is fiction.
I know. I read the Christian version, and they said it's all there is, like they didn't say anything about females, and I was like shocked. It took me actually a while to realize that there is no females in the story, that the females appear after God, like after that the first kid killed the second one, and I was like, whoa, that's like this is so weird.
No, you see, because there is no reason to mention the females, but there is females because actually the Quran is the only book that not mention even the word Eve. So we have the story of female. Eve is there, and now they are mentioning the males and their children, because always the children they will be named after their father, not after their mother. This is a tradition.
Yeah.
So there is no reason for the female to be mentioned. Otherwise, in the Bible, there's tons of stories about females, even judges and prophets. But if there is a reason to mention them, the same as male. If there's no reason to mention a male, it's not going to be mentioned. Like when the Bible mentioned children all the way of Noah, etc. This is the only children they have. They have a lot of children, but they mention only specific names for a reason. Even the males, not everybody his name is mentioned. It's mentioned only a name which have a reason to mention. So like now, if I go and I travel from home from here to, let us say, to China, and in my way I met certain people. I met the one who gave me my seat in the airplane. I met the one who made my ticket in the airport. I met the security person. But then when I wrote my book, I said when I went to China, but what about all the people I met in my way? They were there, but they are not important in the story. You know what I mean? So there's names are mentioned for a reason, and the reason have to be good reason, and there is people are not mentioned. So I go to China, and then I met with you, and then I will say I met with her, but I escape all the names, which without them actually I can't even do my journey. The one who is, you know, like the captain, the pilot of the airplane, the host, the, you know, the security, all those people, the one who stamped my passport, the customs, all those are important. Any one of them can stop and cancel my journey. But I mentioned only I went all the way to China and I met with you because you are an important figure in the story. So the Bible is not a book of stories. The Bible is a book of reasoning to tell us and teach us something. It's not about just Adam, he have children. And actually your prophet, I mean, you are not a Muslim no more. According to Muhammad, he said that Eve, each time she gave birth, her son, he died. Do you know that?
I to be honest, I don't know. There's a lot of things that they don't tell us, you know, like for example, when I was Muslim, they only talk about the good things, like you have to be good, you have to give sadaqah, you have to you know, like
Yeah,
they
but you
just
know,
talk about the good things, but
to be good in Islam is not about being good, about being a Muslim, not about being good. According to Muhammad, that Eve, each time she tried to give birth, her first child, like the child died right away. So Shaitan came to her and he told her to call her son Abdul Harith.
Is this in Quran?
This is hadith.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you know what Abdul Harith mean?
Abdul Harith?
Yes.
Harith, I don't know. I'm not sure about.
Harith is one of the names of Shaitan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know.
Yeah. So according to Muhammad, the Eve and Adam, they worship Shaitan, and they called your son the slave, not of Allah, the slave of Shaitan. And here we ask ourselves then, as long the first because any child she want to give birth to, he will die. So the only child who live is the one whose name is Abdul Harith. And this hadith, like I put in the screen, it says here, the Prophet of Allah said, when Hawa become pregnant, Iblis came to her and her children would not live after birth. So he said, which means Iblis, Shaitan, he said, name him Abdul Harith. So she named him Abdul Harith and he lived. So that is among the inspiration of a Shaitan and his commands. So here we ask ourselves now, that's mean all the stories of Muhammad are stupid. Why? Because the first child of Adam is Abdul Harith.
It's not the two first boys.
This is the first boy. This is the first boy. Because as you see, all the kids,
other ones
all the kids, when she gave birth, they die right away.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know this story. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, what you will know? I mean, Islam is a stupid religion. It's full of stories. Islam is a storyteller. You know, a guy. What Muhammad is trying to say here that shaitan, he kill your babies, and the baby will live is only the one he have his name. And then you ask yourself how stupid is that is, because now Allah could not protect the children of Eve, but shaitan, he could. And now because Eve and Adam, they are worshipping shaitan, and they called their son Abdul Harith, the slave of shaitan, not the slave of Allah, he live. So who is the first son of Eve? Is Abdul Harith. And that destroy all the logic of Islam about how Adam and Eve came to existence.
And there's another thing. I don't think in Christianity, like, Adam is counted as a prophet, right?
No, he's not. You know, who will prophet to who? There's nobody.
Exactly. Like, before, when, like, because I came from a Muslim family, so I always took him as a prophet, and I always believed that he is a prophet, but I never asked how, and I even never, like, thought about it. But when I talked to my, like, other, like, my friends from the other religions, they told me, like, how, no, we don't take him as a prophet, and why would we even take him as a prophet? And I start thinking, like, yeah, it's true. Like, how come he could be a prophet if there is nobody, like, there's only him and his wife? So,
you know, I will tell you a story. This is a true story, by the way. When I was in school, I was the best student in the whole school, but I was studying at home in my bedroom. There's no other student, so I was the best student. I mean, this is Muhammad. He come with the stupidest stories, and sometimes you wonder where he come with those stories from. What Muhammad here claiming, that supposedly shaitan, he is the reason for our existence, and based on this, all of us, we are not the slave of Allah, we are a slave of shaitan. So this is a stupid story. You know what? Nobody can believe in that, and that destroy all his story in other places, because now who is the first son? According to this, Adam is Abu Abdul Harith. Abu in Arabic, it means the father,
yeah,
correct? Yeah.
the father, yeah.
As long his name, his son name is Abdul Harith, so his name is Abu Abdul Harith.
Yeah, so it means, like, he's the father of the slave of the shaitan.
Exactly. You know, and he is a prophet of
Okay.
Allah. And Ibrahim, and notice, Adam is a prophet of Allah, and yet his son, his name is a slave of shaitan. And not only that, the one who named him is Eve, so they blame the women, not Adam.
They blame the woman a lot in Islam.
Actually, Muhammad, he said, I don't know if you know that.
Yes, than shaitan.
Muhammad, he claimed that if not Eve, no woman betray her husband. Do you know that?
But wait, like, if there is no Eve, how come there will be any women or men? Oh my God.
Yeah, here, first of all, how Eve she betray her husband. You know, this is funny. But Muhammad, he said in the hadith that Allah Messenger saying, had it not been for the children of Israel, meat would not have gone bad. So Muhammad, he blamed the Jews even for the meat to go bad. And then had not been for Eve, a woman would never have acted unfaithfully toward her husband. Yeah, so they blame even the first woman, Eve, for everything, you know. So Eve is the one who called the son Abdul Harith. Eve, you know, in the Bible it says that Eve, she was deceived by shaitan, and shaitan, and Eve, you know, she spoke to her husband. But at the end of the day, both of them, they did the same sin. Doesn't matter who deceived first, who deceived second. Both of them, man and the woman, and both of them, they are out of heaven. But Muhammad here, he make it so clear that if not Eve, no woman betray her husband.
I can see that, and I've never. I know this story. I know this story, but I don't know the hadith. I've never heard the hadith. But I just know the story because in my country, you know, to blame female, like, to show that you are bad, they would say that. So
yeah. Did you speak to your father to talk to me?
Look, for my father, because he's in Morocco, and you know, like the time between Morocco and I think US is like 8 hours or something.
Yeah.
So like now when you are like live, he's sleeping,
His
or
sleep.
maybe
Well, I
it's
can
like
go.
six.
Yeah, I can
It's
make
six
it.
in
I
the
can make
morning
it in
there.
different time if you tell me which day he can talk to me.
He's he's I sent you like a message. He's like
Yeah, I see the
free
message now. I see
on
it.
weekends because he works like the whole week, so he's free on weekends.
Well,
And
if you can tell me when exactly, like give me like a day, let us say not tomorrow, maybe day after, and you say to me, can you like come,
Saturday or Sunday.
etc. time in the time of London, you know?
Oh,
Uh,
okay,
yeah,
London time. Okay, I will tell him
yeah,
because I
like
told him.
London time, so we will not be confused, me and him, which time we're talking about. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah,
because I told him about you, and my dad and my mom start having doubts that I left Islam. I didn't want to tell them anything because
yeah,
um you know, it's like a hard thing to tell your
yeah,
family, especially like if they're Muslim.
yeah.
And yeah, my dad, he wants to watch your channel to get to know you because he never heard of you.
All right.
But the problem is that my live with you, the last one, it's still on your channel. So I'm I'm like I'm trying like to show him like maybe like a video or two, but when I'm planning to like make him like call you, so he wouldn't have much time to check everything.
Well,
Because if he wants to
tell
ask,
me which date I will hide that video for, like for that 2 hours when he will show up online, you know, so he will not see it.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Because really,
Uh,
my
I will
mom
be happy
says
to talk to
also,
any of your family or, you know, family, cousins or anybody. They are welcome. You know, I will be happy to talk to
I
them.
don't, we don't have like, I don't have good like relationship with my family.
Yeah, it's okay. It must be the reason is Eve.
Um, no, it's just like family things, you know.
Yeah, all
Mm,
right.
just like stuff. But anyway, yeah, like even my mom, like she heard me, like, cause the way I start talking is different, like, because you know when you're Muslim, you say a lot of like inshallah or like something like that. I
Yeah.
kind of like stuff those things with them, and they're like, my mom was like, "What now? You're like you are atheist or what?" Like, oh my god, I'm so like embarrassed now. Oh,
No, don't be.
but
You
I
see,
so
you know, because soon you should be able to help them to leave Islam too, because you know you care for them, you love them, and you want to help them. You know, they want you don't want them to waste their time, their life, in, you know, following stupid religion, meaningless. You know, doesn't make any good. You know, for them.
uh,
Uh, I just
also
say,
another thing, even if it didn't help them, I just switched them to understand why I also switched, so our relationship wouldn't go bad, you know.
no,
I
actually,
mean,
for us as a Christian, when somebody convert to Christianity, we encourage the person to keep good relationship with his family. Um, you know, we are the ambassador of Christ. We are not the opposite. We don't teach hate, and we don't want you to, like, we don't hate Muslims, and we will never hate them. We want to help them, you know, and we care for them. We care for them very much. I believe that, you know, we can, Muslim, they can make a great Christians if they just ignore Muhammad and forget about the paganism of Islam. Uh, but we always encourage people to love their family, and because this is how Christians are. You know, Christians about love, not about hatred and enmity. We don't want to be the enemy of Muslims. They, you know, Muslim, they, because they follow Muhammad, they got us wrong. They think we hate them. They think we are their enemy. In fact, we are not. The number one in the world who help Muslims actually are the Christians and non-Muslims. If you go and you see where Muslims go for refugee, nobody go to Muslim countries. They go only for non-Muslim countries, because in Muslim countries, in order to help somebody, either they will take something from you, like in Saudi Arabia, there is a Syrian woman. She is coming as a refugee. They told her, if you wanna, you know, to help you, We cannot bring you here for nothing. You have to marry somebody of us and your daughter too. So they want to sleep with them. They cannot give them a charity. There's no charity. There's always, they want something in return. You go to Europe, they will give them housing, food, shelter, school, medicine, free education, and nobody asking them for anything. And then what the Muslim they do in return, they spit at them and they say, oh, those are kuffar. But reality is, Satan is deceiving people. You know, those who they don't believe in Islam, they are way better than those who follow Islam. How many people go as refugee to Morocco? Nobody. How many go to Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia is a rich country. Nobody. Qatar, nobody. I mean, they have millions of empty houses. Nobody. Why the Syrians don't go to Saudi Arabia? They don't go. Even Erdogan, he used them to take money from the Christians in Europe. So reality is that Muslims, they speak too much of being good, but the second you check their fruits, and you know very well what I'm talking about, you will see nothing but ugly fruits. You know, that is the truth.
To be honest, I didn't see anything good from especially Muslim men. I don't know about other countries, but like my countrymen, no. They will, you know, if they want something, they forget God. But if they want to blame you, then they will start using God and then using Quran and Hadith and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
You know, there is a woman, she left Islam. She spoke to me once. She's an American. She converted to Islam, and then the sheikh, he came to her house, and he told her he want to explain to her some verses in the Quran, but she said, I cannot get you inside the house when I'm alone, you know. But he said, it's okay, it's okay, you know, and you know, it's okay, don't worry, you know, nobody see us. And then she noticed that this guy who was telling the people in the mosque that women, they should not be with a strange man, they should not be alone with any strange man, you should not allow your wife to go without hijab, your daughter, you know. But the second he got his chance to be with her, he said to himself, oh, this is an American, you know, she is easy, she converted to Islam, but still she is, you know, she is American, so I will go to her house and maybe we can have some fun. So she noticed right away that the same person who converted her to Islam is the same person he want to sleep with her, you know. He's hating in her, trying to make, you know, to convince her to let him go inside the house. And she pushed him. She said, you cannot get in. Aren't you the one who told us just yesterday, you know, in the study that a woman, she should not be alone with the man? Aren't you the one who said that the Prophet said when a man and a woman, they are together, the shaitan will be the third? So why you want to get in? And then she starts studying more, and she noticed that the Muslims, when she converted to Islam, they are very nice, very, you know, friendly. They invite her dinner, lunch, etc. But then the more and the more she is inside the society, she noticed how this society from inside is so corrupt. The gossip and the enmity and the hatred, and how family, they hate each other, and how the cousin hate each other, and how the brothers, they hate each other. But in the outside, they are a strong society, they are a family, all of us, we support each other. But the second you go between, you will see how much worms inside the wood. It's like a wood look good from outside, but the termite ate the wood from inside. So this woman, then she learned about you know, a story of a woman Muhammad he took and he raped, and she asked the sheikh about her, and he said to her, what, why not? She is, you know, she is not a Muslim, she was a Jew, and he can rape her, why not? So she said to him, well, I was you know, a few weeks ago, I was not a Muslim. Are you saying you can rape me? You know? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So she decided to leave Islam, but you know, but she learned the hard way. She took Shahada. She started dressing as a Muslim, wearing hijab. She pray. You know, she liked it very much in the beginning, but the more she is with them, the more she noticed how corrupt this society and how awkward and how, you know, how backward, like they are. they have always double standard for everything. So it's haram to steal, but if you steal it from non-Muslim, it's okay. It's haram to lie, but you can lie to your wife, to your husband, to your friends, to your enemy. Who is left? It is haram to curse, but the Prophet, he can curse and he can even beat Muslims. It's haram. There's many haram, but then every one of them, he justify everything he want to do in his religion. As an example, Muhammad, he said a man, he can do mut'ah. Then Muhammad forbid the mut'ah. Then Muhammad, he allowed the mut'ah. Then Muhammad forbid the mut'ah. Then Muhammad allowed the mut'ah. The second you ask the Muslims why Muhammad forbid the mut'ah, why he allowed the mut'ah, they give you a million reasons to explain it, you know. And then you will find that you ask them, do you do mut'ah today? They say no. You ask why? They say it's prostitution.
I asked my dad about mut'ah, and he was like, "Oh no," because you know most Muslims are Sunnah. He said Sunni, we don't have that. Like only Shia who
Yeah, that's
do
false.
that.
That's false.
And
Actually,
I'm like,
no, this is false.
okay.
You know, I'm sure that you heard that the Muslim Sunni, they have many kind of messages, zawaj, like
No, in
marriage.
Morocco, because we follow like the law of the country, and we're like kind of we have also like French, like we took our
law from the French, but
law
still,
from
men, they
the
can
French,
marry,
yeah.
but they still they can marry,
Yeah.
right? They can marry more than one wife, right?
Now it's so hard. Like if like
But isn't it the king?
basically
Isn't it the
you
king
can't
himself? Isn't it the king himself? He have many wives. He have 2 wives or 3 wives.
This king, no. He
No.
doesn't.
Oh, okay.
No, his father,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, but this king, he even divorced his wife. Now he's single. But except far from that, like the thing, I don't know if it's because of the culture or because of the religion, but in my country, if a man start dating, because you know, like teenagers, they start dating. If a male start dating, it's totally fine. Like
Yeah, he
even the
sleep
father will be
around.
like,
They are
"Oh
proud
yeah,
of him.
you became a man.
Yeah,
My son became a
they
man."
will be proud about him. But if a girl she do that, they will make a drama. Yeah, all Middle East is the same. It's not only Morocco. All all Middle East. Even Arab Christians, they are they have some hypocrisy like the Muslim too. Like if the boy he go and he date girls, like it's fine. But if the girl she do the same, that like the gate of hell will open her. Yeah, but we are talking about Islam. Islam is really destroy society, because you see the base of a family, of society, is a family. And then if a family is not stable and the family don't believe that man and women are the base of the family, how we can have a society? I remember when I was a kid, I went to visit a child. He is in my age. He's a Muslim. He come to my house. I go to his house. And then once he said a very bad word to his brother, to the mother of his brother. I said to him, how you say that word? How you say that to your mom, stupid? He said to me, oh, his mom is not my mom. I said, what do you mean? He said, his mom is not my mom. I said, isn't his your brother? He said, yeah. So for me, as a Christian kid, I could not swallow it, how his mom is not the same mother of this kid. So when I went home, I asked my parents. They said to me, the Muslims, they have more than one wife, not like us. We have one man, one woman. And then I noticed how much the family inside the house is divided. And you will notice the same story appear in the Quran, where the wives of Muhammad, they are fighting against. There is actually 2 parties. The Quran speaks of 2 parties of Hafsa and the party of Fatima. Sorry, of Aisha. So imagine we have Republican and Democrat, or liberals and inside the house of Muhammad. So Islam divide the house. There is no unity. There's no love. Women are treated like a chicken, and their job is to make babies. And when the woman she get a little bit older, we replace her with a new woman, younger. She's more beautiful and she can do better belly dancing.
And I know this because my grandpa, he had 2 wives, so I know how it is. Like it's so weird. Like that. There, first of all, there is no equality. Like they would say, you have to, like, in order to marry another wife, they have, like, you have to treat them equally. Blah 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 blah. But to be honest, there is no equality, and
You see, even the stupid Quran says, وَلَن تَعْدِلُوا. You will never be able to do the
you
equality.
can't.
No,
You can't.
but this is telling you how stupid the Quran. How it says, go and do boom boom to 1 and 2 and 3. And he made a condition to be what? To be fair. This is chapter 4, verse number 3. But in the same chapter, chapter 4, verse 129, it says, and you will not be able to treat them justly. You know, the Muslim, they say the word perfectly. That's false. It says, وَلَن تَسْتَطِيعُوا أَن تَعْدِلُوا بَيْنَ النِّسَاءِ وَلَوْ حَرَصْتُمْ. So you cannot be able to be just between the women. But in the same chapter, chapter 4, verse number 3, it says, go and do boom boom to 2 and 3 and 4. And if you cannot be just, then only one. But that's mean Muslim, they should not marry more than one, because nobody can be just, as we showed you in chapter 4, verse number 129. So Quran is full of contradiction. And here you see how Muhammad is teaching the Muslims supposedly ethic, but he himself, he keep marrying many women, and the women, they are fighting. And we have tons of reference in the Quran and in the Hadith about it. They are fighting specifically because Muhammad was not treating them justly.
I always asked my dad, like, why men can marry a lot of women, but women cannot marry a lot of men. I mean, this is, I mean, in my brain when I was a kid, like, if it's like this way, then it should be the other way too. And he was like, no, men at that time, they used to get married, like, to a lot of women because there was war, and then those women, maybe they have kids and stuff, so to
you see,
support
in
them.
fact, look what happened. They are saying there is war, right? There's war.
Yeah.
Okay. Now in China, and you live in China right now, right? In
Yeah, it's now. Oh my God! So
Yeah.
just, oh my God!
There is more females. There is more females than males, right?
No, there is more male than female.
Oh, sorry.
There's
sorry. There is no more male than female. So now, a woman, she can marry 4 male in China, according to the logic of your dad.
Exactly. Really, like I used to tell him that, and he was like, oh, well, at that time there was war. And I asked him, then there is no war now, why they're still marrying like 4? And he was like, well, to be honest, I didn't get like a satisfying
You know,
answer,
when
and
Muhammad,
I already
when Ali,
forgot
he
what
wanted to
said.
marry additional wife over his wife, which is the daughter of Muhammad. Do you know what Muhammad said?
No.
Not, you cannot do that to my daughter.
Really? Where is it? Can you show me the reference?
Yeah, I can look for it. Yeah, you know, this is how hypocrite Muhammad is.
Yeah, it's true. Like, for example, if my dad, he didn't marry any other, like, he have only one wife. But let's say, for example, if he was married to uh more wives, or let's keep the example that he's married only to my mom, and I got married to, let's say, a Muslim man, and my husband wants to marry another wife. Of course, I don't think my dad will want that, but for him it's okay, because it's, you know.
Yeah. You know, the Muslims, you know, always they give excuses. So as an example, Muhammad, he says, the one who hurt Fatima is hurting me. So he told the Muslims, you can have any 4 wives, and you can keep marrying, divorce as much as you wish. But the second the man, he want to do that, who is marrying to his own daughter, he said to him, no, 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 no. The one who hurt Fatima, he is hurting me. The one who tortured Fatima is torturing me. So he is saying that marrying another wife is a torture for the first wife. So you know, this is how hypocrite he is. And let me see here if I can show you this hadith here in English. Yeah, and if you ask the Muslim, they say, oh, this is only the case for Fatima. Other women, yes, it's okay, but only for Fatima, it's okay.
No, because when like if that thing coming from you, you will feel pain. But if it's happening to other people, of course you wouldn't like it. It's like China now, because their leader, he can, he's now abroad. He's not even in China. He can go out, whatever. He's having fun, so he doesn't feel the pain of us that we're in lockdown and we
Yeah,
can't even find food to eat. But if his daughter was one of us, like for example, of course he would feel that pain. But no,
yeah,
because
yeah,
his daughter now is studying in US.
yeah, yeah.
So
They always
yeah,
they
let
always
them.
have a privilege, the normal people, they die. Like even Muhammad, he says that Fatima is from me, and I am afraid that if she marry, if Ali he marry another woman, that will cause fitna to Fatima, will cause disaster in her religion. She will leave Islam. So imagine how bad it is to for a girl, for a woman, that her husband is marrying a second wife just because it is his daughter now. But if it is different women, it's okay. He encouraged Muslims to marry as many as they can. But if Ali, he did that to his daughter, let me pause the hadith here in the comment section so people can see it and save it. And that will show how hypocrite this man is. Because, if a man is coming with religion, the religion is for everybody. There's no special treatment. Muhammad and his family, they have always a special treatment. A Muslim man, he can marry 4, no problem. Nobody can ask him even why he beat his wife. But the second you want to do that to Muhammad, why is a daughter, then you are in trouble. You cannot do that. Yeah.
You see, women, like especially Muslim women, they just want like to be like to have like this basic good treating, like the normal thing that everyone should have actually. But when a Muslim woman talks, they be like, oh, those feminists, blah blah blah. It's not feminism. This is like a basic right. I should. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I swear, like.
and always, the Muslims usually they try to frame you with something in order to shut you up. They give you a title to make you afraid to be called that title, like feminist or etc. So like you will get scared. Oh, they are saying this about me. I will not talk about it no more. It's just let us say expired way of convincing. What your parents are trying to do. I don't blame them, by the way. I mean, they grow up in such a society, and this is what they learn. But for you,
Because for my parents, it's just that their thing is that I should be a good Muslim. Like I should pray and stuff. Like my mom, when she heard my conversation with my dad, she sent me a video about a guy talking about Jesus and saying that Jesus is Muslim too. So for them, it's just that I have to stay Muslim, like a good Muslim.
But ask yourself. I called you Fatima before. I will call you Fatima today.
It's
So
okay.
Fatima, listen. If Jesus is a Muslim, so how come he is not a child molester like Muhammad?
Look,
Why he don't
I
kill
told
people,
them.
and why he don't go and do war so he can steal panties like Muhammad, and why he don't attack caravan, and why he said love your enemy, not about take revenge from your
No,
enemy.
they said he is Muslim because he believe in one God, and also, uh, like if
Who care about believing in one
Muhammad was
God? You see,
there.
there is people worship Shaitan. Shaitan is God for them. He's one God. What that mean? So if somebody worships one God, that make him Muslim. That's stupid. So
What what are the things that makes you Muslim first? Is the shahada, like you have to say
that is
ashhadu an la
that
ilaha
is
illa
additional stupid thing, because even the Islam, even Allah, he took shahada. Allah is witnessing to who?
Allah is Muslim too.
Honestly,
Anyway,
no, don't you know that? Don't you know that Allah is he took shahada and he converted to Islam?
can you like I'm not sure which one are you exactly talking about.
Okay, I will show you. Here we go. Chapter 3, verse number 18. It says, "Shahid Allahu anna la ilaha illa hu."
Oh, yeah, I know this one.
Yeah. So what Allah is taking shahada to who? That is the most stupid statement ever. You know, Allah is witnessing that there's no God but Him. What the heck is that?
And Muhammad is his
I am
messenger.
alone. I am alone in my room, and now I'm going to witness that there's no CP but CP. This is why I don't have a mirror in my house, because I don't want to talk into myself like Allah. What a stupid religion. I mean, did you see the videos in YouTube? A reaction of the dog to the Quran, a reaction of the dog to the adhan.
They're everywhere. A reaction of a baby to adhan, reaction to I don't know, like donkey to adhan, like
Yeah.
a reaction. They say when donkey starts honking, then he saw shaitan, and if he stopped, then he saw like malaika. Oh my God! Look, what has donkey to do with shaitan? Like,
listen, but the funny here that Muhammad, when he saw the first time the angel, he could not recognize if he's an angel or not. You know that?
I heard you saying that before in a video.
Yeah. So his wife, Khadija, she asked him when he see him next time that he should tell her. And then when he saw him in the corner of the room, he don't talk to him. So she said, when you see him, tell me, my cousin. You know, the Muslim, they call the husband my cousin. So he told her, oh, I see him now. So she said to him, go stand up and sit down in the top of my left leg. He did, like a kid. And then she said to him, do you see him now? He said no. It's yes. So she said, okay, stand up and sit down in the top of my right thigh. And she asked him, do you see him now? He said yes. And then Khadija, she asked him to sit in the top of her, and she took off her clothes. And she said, like, they want to have sex. And then she said to him, do you see him now? He said no. So she said, praise be to Allah, this is not a shaitan, this is an angel. You ask the Muslims, how did she discover that's an angel? I mean, the guy want to have sex, and now he left. They said because angels are shy.
What?
Angels are shy. So Jibreel was in the corner, he don't talk. And this is the book of Sirah Nabawiyya, Ibn Hisham, volume number 1, page number 239. And this is the story, Al-Maktab al-Islamiyya, in front of everybody. I will post the link for the chat. And I will use Google translation, so you can read it in English. But for you, you know Arabic, so you can read it. So you will see that Khadija, she, she asked him to sit in the top of her right leg, left leg, sit in the top of her. He took off her clothes, and then a very funny, stupid story. And then Muhammad, he do not know if this is an angel or shaitan. But you just mentioned the hadith that a donkey, he knew the shaitan.
Yeah, and also like when
no,
like
but did you notice what happened now? A donkey, he knew the shaitan. He can make differentiation between the donkey and the rooster. Rooster, when he see an angel, he scream, right? He make a cuckoo, cuckoo. And the donkey, when he see the shaitan, he do the voice of donkey. So the funny is that a rooster and a donkey, they are more qualified to recognize who is shaitan and who is an angel, but Muhammad is not. Did you notice this?
Yeah, and also like rooster knows adhan time.
Yeah, this is a different story, but sure, he's a Muslim.
Yeah,
he's a
it's
Muslim.
just that like.
Yeah.
I never thought of this stuff before, to be honest. Like I used to take them, because I was a child, and I just, I don't think of them much, but reading them and kind of analyze them is
Yeah, it's a stupid religion, but you know, like yeah, you know, sometime human being, because he live in a certain atmosphere, and you know, thanks now to the internet, the Muslim, they are trying to use it to convert people into Islam, but at the same time, the same internet is a huge problem for Islam, because now you know, Muslim, they were able to control a huge part of the media. They are very active in the internet. They have a lot of money, but even that is not working, because at the end of the day, we have proofs and we have reference, and what they say is totally different from what is in their books. So at the end of the day, even when somebody convert to Islam after a year, 2 or 3 years, he leave Islam because he get disappointed about how much they lie to him or to her. There's a guy, his name is Brother Ishmael. I don't know if you heard of him.
No, I don't.
This guy, I made fun of him many times in my videos, you know, refuting him. He was speaking about how amazing Islam is. So anyway, this guy, between me and him, we have a lot, you know, the same as many Muslim, I made videos against them. And then one day, this guy, he decided, suddenly, he changed the name of his channel, and he made his channel name Don't Convert to Islam.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Like somebody told me like his channel at the beginning, it was like convert to Islam, and then
Yeah,
he changed it
this
to
guy, look what happened. Look what happened. The Muslim, they wanted to use him for their benefit. And he did actually, he worked so hard to convert people to Islam. And because he liked it too much, he decided to study Arabic. But when he studied Arabic, he noticed that everything they told him is a lie, because now he can read. And this was the big problem. So they took him all the way to Mecca. He studied for free, I think. Like they give him like a scholarship because he's a convert. He went there, he learned Arabic, and now he read perfect Arabic. Actually, I was surprised how good his Arabic is. And then when he started reading Arabic, he noticed that he was a fool. And now he made a channel that says, don't convert to Islam. And then the funny is, the guy, he was a Muslim for 16 years. He have thousands of videos defending Islam. The second he left Islam, the Muslim, they say to him, you never been a Muslim, you are a hypocrite, you are a liar.
yeah.
And you yourself, you are a Moroccan, born of a Moroccan family. Trust me, they will say you are not, you never been a Muslim.
Look, I've seen the comments from our last time, and some people were like, she's a paid actress. Oh no, she's not Muslim, she's fake, she can't speak Arabic. Dude, what? I wish I was paid actress. I need money. I swear I need money.
Oh boy.
Now we're in quarantine.
How much you got paid?
Oh, a lot.
You know, once there's a guy, his name is Muslim Programmer. No, actually, in Paltalk, I used to do program in Paltalk, like now on YouTube. And then one day, I went to a Muslim chat room, and the Muslims, they said, the Christian Prince, we have you recorded, we got you busted. I said, what happened? They said, now we know how you convert people to Islam. I said, in the chat. They didn't give me the microphone. I said, how? They play my voice saying, bring me one Muslim, I will give you 5 hamburger. I was joking, you know. So they bring me one Muslim. This is the Christian. I'm asking the Christians to bring me one Muslim, and I will give you 5 hamburgers. Then the Muslim, they claim that I am giving every Muslim 5 hamburger to leave Islam. So they give me the microphone. Wow. They said how you can refute that? I said, well, I have to admit, this is the truth. Muslims are exchanging their God for 5 hamburger. The second I said that, they start cursing me. May Allah kill you. May Allah destroy you. I said, you are the one who said that. Why are you upset? You said that Muslims, they are leaving Islam because I'm giving them 5 hamburgers. So this is how cheap Allah is. For 5 hamburgers, Muslim leave. So Fatima, how many hamburgers you want?
Chinese burgers are not delicious.
Chinese burger. You know, last time I was in China,
China, you know, it's not that China anymore. Now it's really bad.
It's locked down, yeah, locked down. Everything locked down, huh?
We're locked in our school. Like in our rooms. Like we can't even go out, so we just eat anything they give us, and the food is trash. Like it, it's really bad.
Yeah, what you can do. But I hope you will go home soon and you will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Fatima. Anything else you want to say to the people here before we keep going?
Oh, yeah. First of all, I'm not fake. I'm Arab. I'm like.
Because do you say something in Arabic so you can convince them? And speak Moroccan.
هادوك اللي تقدروا يفهموا العربية راني عربية، ماشي أمريكانية، ماشي ما نعرف منين. أنا راني مغربية عربية. And yeah, I speak the dialect more. I can't speak proper Arabic.
No, it's okay. She's speaking a Moroccan dialect, which is not really. It's totally different. I mean, the Moroccan is so different from what the normal Arab they speak, but I can understand what she is saying. Yeah, this is a Moroccan dialect. Well, now you prove to them that you are Moroccan, but now look, they will say you are a Moroccan who sent by you are a Moroccan genie. You are not a Moroccan Muslim. You are a Moroccan genie because you laugh like a genie and you talk like a genie. All right, and obviously you are a genie who been given 5 hamburgers by a Christian prince. And now you are the reason you are taking 5 hamburgers because you live in China, and now everybody heard you saying that they are not giving you good food in China. You are locked down inside the school, so this is a very good reason to leave Islam for 5 hamburger.
you know, at the end of the day, you can't convince everyone. Like.
Who cares? No, you see, we don't care.
Like,
we don't care what they say. We don't care what they say.
I was like, look, I swear, I was like, it's okay. I mean, I got what I want. I'm here just to talk to you, not to them. Believe me or not, that's your own problem.
Yeah, who cares?
I have so many other problems to take take care of.
No, this is
last thing. I download like an app. It's called it's for like those things that you can read before sleeping or something, because I need this. I feel like I need this.
Yeah.
Because I got used to the Islamic one, and I found something. They said فلنشكر صانع الخيرات الرحوم Allah, and I was like, this Allah is it what's about it? Because this is Christian app.
You see, yeah, I told you that the Middle Eastern, the Arab Christian, until now they are using the word Allah, but this is not right. However, they use it as a word meaning God, but they don't worship the same God. But for me, I believe this is very wrong for Christians, Arab Christian, to use the word Allah. But for you, you can take it as just saying God, we don't worship Allah, we don't care for Allah. But,
no, like God is God. Maybe this is just a name, like
no, Allah. This is why it's wrong, because Allah is Al-La. Al is a word meaning God in Aramaic. La is the name of the God. So La is the moon God. So the Arab Christians, because they are under the influence and the occupation of ISIS for 1400 years, they've been forced to to speak. Even some of them, they are not Arab. They've been forced to speak Arabic. They're forced to
we have that in the language, like like for example, if you want to tell somebody like I'm coming or something, or like I will give you something, like you say inshallah or something like that.
So it became a tradition.
Now it's in the language.
Yeah, but for me, here we go. I'm an Arab. I don't say those words. I will never use them. Yeah, when I was in the Middle East, I'm born in this society. This is what they use, so you use it. But then the more you read, the more you understand, and the more you notice that this is the last thing I would like to do. But anyway, in your case, you are just coming out of Muslim society, and there is a language you are used to say. It's what you meant in your heart, not really exactly what you say in your mouth. But if you can control your tongue and not use the word Allah, say Lord, so God, so Rabbi, there's many words.
What about Ilah?
Ilah is just, you can say it, sure. Ilah is a word meaning God. Ilah. Ilah is coming from the word il. Ilah, the sound ha is like is a musical sound. So il is the word. Il is a word meaning God. Rabbi, like in Hebrew they say Rabbi. Rabbi is my Lord, my Lord. So you can say Rabbi, you can say Ilah, you can say Al-Ilah. You know, there's many words you can use for God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
Well,
much.
I'm glad now you are reading the Bible and you are learning. Very good.
Yeah, I'm trying to check because there's a lot of things like, especially like I opened the first page and they were talking about I have the Bible here actually, the creation of the world, and in Quran like you just start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, you know, al-Fatiha, and it's a different.
Yeah, you see, the Bible is a very organized book. You know, everything is
it's
in a
actually
place. If you want to
it's
see
really
how,
organized.
yeah, how where God He created the earth and the heaven, etc., you go to Genesis. So every book have you know, reasons and have a name and have a purpose. In the Quran, you want to read about Moses, you don't know what to read about Moses. It's all over the place.
Even the stories in Quran are like divided in a lot of surah.
Yeah, it's
So
not even in one place. It's all over the place. Even the same chapter sometime, suddenly he stopped talking about a person and jumped talking about different story. And then suddenly after 20 verses, he come back to the, you know, so because the Quran never was a book, you know, Quran, this is even the Muslim agreeing that this is a collection of what Muhammad said that he received from Allah. Never was a book really.
yeah, exactly. Like when you ask them why is it the stories are divided in like it's all in all the place, they'd be like, oh yeah, because like the surah and the parts were like munazzalin in different, like divided and stuff. So like it's never it's kind of mixing, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a book, and even the Quran called the Christians the people of the book, but the Muslims are not called the people of the book. You know, even the Quran itself have to admit that the only people of the book is the Christians and the Jews. Muslims have no place in it. They don't have a book.
Yeah, it's weird. And also they say like for example, they say like Ahl Kitab, they will go to heaven, but then in other places they say, oh no, they will be punished and stuff. But like, okay, if and also the thing is that Muslim men can marry like other like Ahl Kitab, but like if they are bad, then why Muslims have even to deal with them, you know? But in some places you are suggesting them to deal with them, and other places you are telling them to kill them or whatever. So yeah, it's so.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to hear you again, Fatima, and I would be happy again soon to speak to your dad if we
Yeah,
get the opportunity.
I will try to arrange that like this weekend because I want him really to talk to you.
All right, sound good. We will see.
Yeah.
All right, take care, my dear sister.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Someone is a Christian. I think he is from Indonesia. Okay, let us see. We will take one call from a Christian as long as he's from Indonesia. Let us see. Ilah, no. Il is different word. El is the word mean the. Il is the word God, you know. Il is not a name of God. Il is a word mean God. Yeah, I could not talk to him. Anyway, guys, I think we will not take more calls in Skype for today. That's enough. We have a good time. The more people they learn, the more they see how stupid this religion is. And today, you know, we give you an example how some, you know, the Muslim who really think about Islam seriously, he will have pain in his brain, you know, especially the one who's trying to resist leaving, like Jihad. The one who called me, who tried to give excuse for everything, you know. So yeah, you know, the Quran is corrupt. Yeah, Hadith is corrupt. But we have to focus in, you know, the essence. What essence? If you are saying corrupt, everything is corrupt, then the essence will be corrupt. So there is a very important way to find out what to follow, what not to follow. Our Lord, the Messiah, he said, from their fruits you shall know them. And I say to you, all of you, in everything in life, you take I don't want to say the word gold in wisdom, because this is way more than gold. This can save your life in everything, in your marriage, in your business, everything. From their fruit you shall know them. So if you want to do anything in life, if you want to take a friend, if you want to get married, a man or a woman, if you are a woman, you want to marry a man, from his fruit you shall know him. His fruit, how he treats his parents, his family, his sister, his neighbors, how he is good to others, do he gossip, he speak about people in their back. From their fruits you shall know them. If a woman, she come to you to visit you, you have a friend, and now she is gossiping about other friend, from their fruits you shall know them. If she gossip about other friend, that means she will still do the same exactly about you. From their friends, from their fruits you shall know them. So this short sentence from the Lord can be a book by itself. You might be a person who is not educated, a farmer who don't even have, you've never been in school, hardly you can read and write. This sentence can help you a lot. From their fruits, not from their words, not from their speeches, not from their clothing. You know, people, they speak good, maybe they dress good, maybe they have a perfume, maybe they have elegant clothes, maybe they have big houses, maybe, but then inside it's a graveyard. How we know if it's a graveyard or not? There's always a fruit. Always. Fruits is the way to go. A priest who speaks good, but he's a child molester. He is a Muhammad, and he is like Muhammad. His fruits expose him. He can speak good as much he wants. He can dress like a priest, but he is the devil with his fruits. This is how we recognize the weed from the wheat. A person, he can dress nice, he can speak nice, he can speak wisdom, he can teach wisdom, but his fruit is the only way to judge who is he and where he belongs. The Muslims, they have books, and they swarm around those books, and they are so confused to the point they don't agree upon them. And yet they agree upon them, yet they don't agree about the same page, yet they agree about a line and they refuse the other line, because the fruits of the book is very horrible. If the tree is so good, there's no way that one apple will be bad and the other apple is good. So if the tree of Islam, if Islam is good, all the fruits of Islam will be good. And the Muslim, they will not deny one apple of the tree. Say, oh, this tree apple does not belong to our tree. But because their tree is full of bad apples, they deny their own apples. And here we prove that their denial cannot help them. It cannot. Can you show us the previous season with Fatima, please? Make it public. It is public already. You can go watch it. It's just 2 or 3 days ago, 3 days ago, or 4 days ago. It's there. Let's go on the previous videos. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you. I'm so glad, you know, lately we have a lot of people leaving Islam. And actually, I was very busy, but yet I was able to speak to another person from Morocco too. But he don't want to be live on air. We spoke a very, very short time, actually. and he said he didn't want me to convince him of anything. He said, I'm convinced already Islam is a fraud. And he was very grateful. He said to me, thank you. I cannot really thank you enough. If there's anything I can do, etc. I said, what you can do? I mean, that's it. I'm happy for you to leave Islam, etc. He said, he's worrying. Are you recording me? I said, no, I'm not recording you. He said, we are not live. I said, no, you are not. Yeah, he said, please don't. I don't want anyone to know. I live in a very, very, very strict Islamic country. So I'm very happy that a lot of people leaving, a lot of people watching, and the more people they see the truth, and the truth will set them free, as our Lord, he said. But I will be more happy if those Muslims who left Islam, they accept Jesus. I believe that Fatima, or our sister, whatever her name, I gave her a name, she will accept Jesus soon, and she will be a wonderful girl, and she will be a wonderful child of God, as God, he wanted us to be, all of us to be his children, and we will not be slaves. With the Messiah, we are free. With Muhammad, we are slaves. So I pray that all those Muslims who left Islam this week or the previous, who made decision, I know them or I do not, I pray that all of them, they will start reading the Bible and see how and why Jesus is the one to follow. We are not following a religion, and we don't want rituals. Rituals, people need it usually to feel themselves they are close to God, or let us say they are in touch with God, they are serving God. But reality, the true ritual is not serving in a temple or in a mosque or in a church. The true ritual is you, as Jesus said, I was hungry and you feeded me. I was naked and you clothed me. I was a prisoner and you visited me. I was a stranger and you took me in. God do not need rituals. He do not need Kaaba. He do not need stones to be kissed. He do not need people bowing. He need people working. And working not to help God. He don't need your help. Working to help ourselves. Because when we help a human being, the fact is we are establishing a secure society. If each one of us, he think about the other person, then no person will be hungry. Which means tomorrow, if I'm hungry, you will feed me. If I am homeless, you will take me. So I think about you, and you think about me. For Jesus make us united, make us one. We are one with him, and we are one with love, and we are united by loving each other. So we pray for peace, we pray for the Muslims, we pray that people will not hate the Muslims. We are fighting the cult of Muhammad. We are not here to hate anyone. We are here to save the Muslims, to bring them to Christ, so they can enjoy and they can taste the true love of Jesus, which is the only way for salvation. So we pray for all of you to stay in good health and wealth. We pray for those who they are suffering from hunger, for people who they are cold to be warm. We pray for those who they are sick to be healthy. We pray that the Lord will be with us. The Lord, he says, knock at my door and I will open for you. Knock and I will open. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. I am the resurrection. I am who I am. That is the word of my Lord, and with it I leave you in peace. This is your brother Christian Prince, who was serving you humbly for today, and I will see you soon again. Christ is Lord, and Islam is a fraud. See ya.